The guy is selling out shows, well, nationwide.
Yes.
Set a record in Wrigley Field the other day because the first country artist to sell 2 shows in a row. Of course, we're talking about Morgan Wallen with Jim, Deb, and Kevin. 608. Welcome back, Deb.
Well, thank you.
They had a little college visit, which we'll hear more about later this morning, but I'm sure that was fun.
Yep.
I don't know if any of you have seen our Facebook page post, but the reason Jim's not been here for the last few days is he lost his mother this past Tuesday.
Devastating.
So, we feel really bad for Jimmy and the whole family, and he's doing well. I talked to him just a few hours ago, and he said he's doing great. So doing best he could be.
Hanging in there.
Hanging in there.
And
was
he'll
the
be
word
back
he said.
after the holiday, after
That's
the
right.
4th.
Yeah.
We
So you
look
just
forward
need
to
to take
having
that
him back.
little extra time. Going to be another one of those rainy, stormy days, at least possibly. I was coming into work this morning, and there were a number of crews still out hooking up power lines.
Yeah, picking up trees.
Yeah. So
some branches down.
I know, Deb, you don't handle the severe weather well.
Oh, yeah, I did great yesterday when I was in the library at IU in Bloomington, and
Yeah?
the power went out in the library.
Oh, no.
And Hayden was up with an advisor. And so I'm sitting there going, whoa, 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 whoa. And I'm looking out the windows, and it's dark.
Yeah.
You know, another mother there panics just like I do.
Oh, that's
so we
good.
panic together.
That's good to know. Now has the panic level reached the same for your kids? In other words, are they just as panicky when it comes to storms?
No,
Or are they
I mean, for
okay with
Hayden,
that?
it's like, I'm going to get my hair wet. I mean,
Yeah. Okay, it's more
so
that
no,
way.
yeah, he was fine.
Okay, well, good. All right. Well, stay weather aware today. Chuck will be by here in just a moment to give us more information on that as well. 624 with Jim, Deb, and Kevin. And mentioned that the state fair, actually the county fair, Marion County Fair starts tonight, which is kind of the prelude to the actual state fair.
Oh, yeah.
Say.
It's almost like the prelude to corn dog season.
Yeah, it's kind of the appetizer. You can go out there to the Marion County Fair and then enjoy the state fair. State fair, though, comes up later the next month, which is a new month starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Indiana State Fair is looking for volunteers to operate the fishing pond.
Oh, how fun.
That is behind the DNR building.
Yeah.
That's on the north end of the fairgrounds. On the opposite side of the Pioneer Village is the DNR building. I love to hang around there and watch the kids fish. It's an opportunity for kids to learn how to fish and experience catching a fish for maybe the very first time.
Maybe learn how to bait the hook and all that.
Exactly. Well, those are volunteers that do that run that, and they're looking for those
I
volunteers.
didn't know they did that there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I used to stand by many state fairs and watch the kids do that.
And Kevin,
Take my
that's a
grandkids
bonus
out
to have
there.
Kevin out there because the commentary alone.
Well, I'm looking. I may sign up. I know you love working the dairy bar.
Oh, yeah. I
and
love
and we've
it.
all milked a cow and done all that. But
We've
I
done
think
it
I
all.
may sign up to actually be a volunteer at the fishing pond. At
I
the
think
DNR
they would love
building.
to have you
I
out
think that
there.
would be a lot of fun. But you don't get to keep the fish, by
You
the way.
don't keep the fish.
It's catch and release. Anyway, if you'd like to sign up like I think I might, just go to their website at the Indiana State Fair and fill out that volunteer form.
I thought you were catch and release, but no.
No, I'm
you
here
keep
the whole
coming
time.
back.
I don't. You can't get rid of me. Well, don't leave before hearing my bad joke worth repeating. 7:05 now with Jim, Deb, and Kevin. Here it is. Bad joke worth repeating. Sponsored by Hearing Solutions of Indiana. You've never heard like this before. I just started a diet.
Oh.
Here's a recap of day one. Remove all the fattening foods from the house.
Okay.
It was delicious.
Well, that's one way to do it.
It's one way to do it.
I don't think you're off to a good start.
Not to a good start.
I was just thinking about you. That is
Yeah.
Dustin Lynch and Mackenzie Porter. Now,
At least you were thinking.
Now I'm singing a song about it. On 95.5 WFMS, you're listening to Jim, Deb, and Kevin.
7:12. So I had to go to the post office yesterday. I hadn't been there in a while. I had to buy one stamp.
One stamp.
How bad is that? I go there and they're like, "You want just one stamp?" I'm like, well, I don't think I don't use many. I know we had stamps at home. I just didn't know where they were, so I thought let's go buy one stamp for a letter I was mailing. Anyway, I'm standing there and I'm buying the one stamp. And I'm listening, and I hear birds. And I say to the clerk there, I said, "Do you have birds?" This is the Cumberland post office.
Okay.
So do you have birds here in the building? And she goes, "Oh yeah." I said, "Oh, that's funny. Did they fly in, and now you got to go get somebody?" And she goes, "Oh no, they're chickens. People have mailed them.
No.
We're waiting for someone to pick them up."
No.
There's all these little baby chicks that got mailed. I didn't know you could mail
I didn't know you
chickens.
could mail chickens.
Now, when we were kids, we had chickens, and we would mail order them, but we had to go to the airport and pick them up. They were flown in, but this is actually at the post office.
That's hilarious. So they
baby
had
chicks were just
contacted-
chirping away.
They'd contacted someone and said, "Come
And said,
get your chickens."
your chickens are here. Come get them.
Oh, that's funny.
And I said, "Do you get a lot of animals like that?" She said, "You'd be surprised what gets mailed.
I bet
Reptiles
so.
and mice and all kinds of things. But yeah, the chicken. She goes, yeah, we're waiting. She turns around and looks back at him. She's saying, we're waiting for the owner to come get him because they're chirping quite a bit. So I just thought that was interesting.
That is funny. Now, we've had some birds in the building here.
We have.
Yeah. Not pet birds. Like we
No,
were
they
welcoming
somehow snuck
them.
flew in, and bird didn't sneak in, flew in, and it was in the upstairs flying around.
Let's go, Ralph. Let's make a run for it.
And then I think what they used was didn't Mo get like a big fishing net and somehow was able to get the
I didn't hear
capture
that
the bird.
story.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So anyway.
Well, you got to get it out quickly because otherwise you could have some droppings that you're not quite fond of.
My bell's over on the other side of the table. I can't ring it. So ring, ring. Thank you. I knew you'd have some. There you go.
Oh, my gosh, I about fell out of my seat.
Well, I'm not surprised there at that either.
Thought you should know that is Morgan Wallen at 95.5 WFMS. Thanks for listening and getting up early with us this morning. And Jim, Deb, and Kevin.
Of course, it's not so early now. It's 7:25.
Well, it's early for a lot of people.
Okay.
Just waking up, it's early.
I always got up early as a kid.
You still, even when you are off of work, your body naturally wakes you
4
up.
o'clock. Sleeping into 4 is what I do.
That is weird.
Time for Nash News now. Kelsey Ballerini was hit in the eye. Did you hear about this?
No.
With a bracelet while performing on Wednesday. She was scared but not hurt.
Oh, gosh.
Kelsey walked off stage to make sure that her eye was okay, but then came out and finished performing. But that's scary stuff.
It was a bracelet, you said?
Yeah, bracelet.
Anymore, being on stage is dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know why people are doing that. Cody Johnson is a real cowboy. You look at him and think, that guy's a cowboy because he dresses that way.
Wranglers.
Well, it's true. He was. He once worked the circuit as a bull rider.
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
And there's a video circulating right now of Cody doing some team roping that he did earlier. I think it was in May. But he enjoys getting on a horse. So he used to ride a bull, now a horse. It made at least a good transition to something a little bit safer.
A brave guy. Now he's on stage, which is also dangerous.
That's true, too. Just ask Kelsey. Daryl Worley. Remember Daryl Worley from the 90s? Well, he's releasing an updated version of Have You Forgotten?
Oh, wow.
It's titled Have We Forgotten? And it's a plea to bring about unity in America. Daryl says, we're better as a country when we put ourselves together. That is so true. We all work together.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, I like that.
Looking forward to that.
Luke Bryan with Jim, Deb, and Kevin, 7:41 on a Friday.
So we were in Bloomington the last couple of days, Hayden's freshman orientation. They call it new student orientation. And we had a lot of seminars to go to, different sessions, and then you split up, and he does his. His are mandatory. Ours are encouraged, is what they said. His were mandatory. Keep that in mind. Ours were encouraged. And so I went to several. And after a while, you're thinking, oh, my gosh, I'd forgotten what it was like to sit in these all day long. You're in large classrooms.
Yeah, you sent me an emoji, a little GIF. I don't know what day it was, but of someone falling asleep.
Yeah, that would be me.
So yeah,
it was hard to stay awake for some of those, and of course we got up early and went down there. So I'm in that classroom, and you tend to talk to the other adults that are around you because Hayden's doing his own thing with the other students. And I'd made friends with this one other lady, and her name was Amanda, and we're talking. And I remember thinking the whole time, how do I get out of the last two sessions? Because Amanda and I could
How do I skip class?
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is what you did a lot in college anyway,
well,
so you should have figured
that
out.
But she was going to those with me. And one time I went to the restroom. She's like, I'll hold your drink. So we kind of been walking to all these together. Like, no, like a water.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. And so we'd become buddies, and we were Facebook friends at this point. And so I knew if I didn't go to the last two, I'd had to tell her because she'd been going to all of them with me. And so I was thinking in my head, like, how am I going to get out of this? And as we walked out of that last class and had to go to a different building for two more, in fact, the next one, it was, if you show up, there's a prize that you could win. That's how bad it was. Like they knew that their attendance would probably drop. As I walked out, she says, hey, I was thinking, because I didn't want her to think I was being a bad parent. She says, I was thinking of skipping these last two. And I thought, oh, you are my best friend. I said, I was wanting to do the same thing, but didn't want you to think bad of me.
So what'd you do?
So we skipped. And as we walked away, we saw that the tour guide was walking us over to this new building. We just took a little quick detour. All of a sudden I turn around and there's another lady behind us, and she goes, would you guys care if I tag along? And she goes, do you know each other? I said, no, we just met today. And so we went to a bakery. We found a bakery on campus and bought cookies and sat there and took a break. So anyways,
poor Hayden. He goes down there thinking mom and dad are going to take care of me.
I did. We were fine.
Mom made five new Facebook friends.
New Facebook friends.
And found a new bakery.
Yes, my go-to on campus.
She has no idea what those last two classes were about, but she'll get the Cliff Notes, just like in college.
I did just fine. Rocking a hard place place that is Bailey Zimmerman at 95.5 WFMS with Jim, Deb, and Kevin. So if you're a fan of hot sauce,
that's Jim.
Sriracha, oh my gosh, he puts it on scrambled eggs and
everything.
Things I would never think he'd put sauce on.
We actually have a bottle of it over here.
Yeah,
he keeps over here.
He probably wants to hang on to that bottle because there's a chili pepper shortage.
I did read this.
As a result, we have a sriracha shortage, which is fun to say. And of course, I looked it up. It says that a 28-ounce bottle is on eBay now. It's going for $70.
Yeah.
70.
Yeah, they said the black market for sriracha is gone crazy.
Yeah, sriracha, this certain brand
sauce.
is the top hot sauce in 31 states. It's the one that it's the most popular Instacart purchase. It's the one everybody wants. And it's going for $70. Some places, I found one on Amazon for $120.
It's because there was the
chili pepper shortage.
Chili pepper damage of
and
the crop or
they
something.
say that, unfortunately, they're still experiencing this shortage, and they have no estimations of when supplies will increase. Some people have been talking about it on Twitter, and one man named Tim said, ever since the sriracha shortage, my food hasn't been hitting the same. It's not been tasting as good.
Oh, no.
Because he probably, like Jim, puts it on everything.
Now, you brought up a good point. I wonder if some restaurants might now limit your access to that. Yeah.
You're going to have it hooked up to a chain at the table.
Exactly. There'll be a chain attached to it, like the pin at the bank, to make sure that no one walks off with a sriracha.
Yeah, sriracha sauce. Now, I looked it up at Kroger, just one of the local grocery stores. You can get the Kroger brand sriracha for $2.79.
Yeah.
But it's the popular brands that are going for the ones you see at the restaurants all the time that are going for a higher price. $70.
Jim won't be back till next week.
Maybe we could do a.
We got his bottle over here.
We could auction his off.
Let's take it. Just between you and me, let's do it.
Let's split the money.
Sriracha shortage.
The Country Station 95.5 WFMS. That's Dirk Bentley with Jim, Deb, and Kevin. It's time for Deb's Daily Dirt. And I mentioned earlier that Arnold Schwarzenegger has been teaching his grandkids something other than, the normal stuff like going fishing and playing cards. And we'll tell you what that is here in about 30 seconds. First, sources say that Madonna is still bedridden as she fights off her bacterial infection and that she's, quote, vomiting uncontrollably.
This is serious. She was in ICU for part of the weekend.
They discovered her at her home. And so she says that her surrounding friends say that she's just been working too hard on her upcoming tour and ignoring some initial signs of illness.
Wow. And
then now it is what it is. So she's desperately trying to get better. Also, Kevin Costner, not probably the nicest thing he could have said, but says his estranged wife is including her plastic surgery expenses and her child support that she wants every month.
That may explain why she's asking for so much.
She's asking for $248,000 a month, but I'm sure that was a little dig. That he shared that information. Also, Arnold Schwarzenegger says he's teaching his grandkids how to train and care for his farm animals.
Oh, well, that's a good idea.
He says he wants them to know the importance of taking care of others, and they are able to do it when he's gone. But also there's a life lesson there.
Raise some chickens.
How to work hard.
Take care of the horse.
That's right. J.J. Watt, by the way, is joining CBS Sports this fall. J.J. Watt as an NFL analyst. We saw that coming. Yeah, he'll be really good. I always think he's really, really kind person just to listen to. Yeah, seems like a good guy. 825, that's Deb's Daily Dirt, is sponsored by Mark Dietel Realty.